Hey everybody, Teacher Mike here. Just wanted to share another tool for your VIPKid classes. It's called eslreports.com. And I use this to come up with some thoughts about my students. I don't use this as other videos have shown in the past, other channels, where you just go through here and let it generate all your feedback for you and then copy and paste it to the feedback box. And I'll show you why. I think that only positive is a pretty good place to start as far as the comments that you want to consider. And then I do put in the name, so it could be Lucy. And this will make these little placeholders for who he or she auto-populate with the correct gender and the student's name. So Lucy is much more respectful of her teachers and is doing extremely well in class and homework. That one's okay. You need to really watch to make sure that you change this when you move on to a new student. So you do need to clear the comment section out, and then if you forget and you start doing this, you'll get more about Lucy. And then it's a little bit hard to kind of separate the two. So you see here, he or she, it just reset on me even though I set that. So now you need to go back and say Mike, who is male. Okay, then you need to clear the comment. Let's see. Mike. There we go. So the interface here is a little bit clunky because it doesn't always pick up on your input for the student details right away. But what I like about this tool is this refresh button that gives you new ideas about how to describe each of these categories. The other problem with eslreports.com, if you were going to use it verbatim, is some of this stuff is not really applicable to how VIPKid teaches. So if you're talking about he did great on his homework, he's now completing his homework on time, finishes his in-class work on time and correctly. Okay, that sounds, I think a parent would probably pick up on something like this, and some other things I've seen on here about improvement over time. Let's say if it was a trial class and you used an improvement over time comment, the parents are going to know that you've done something like eslreports.com to generate. It's auto-generated, or even worse, they may think you're talking about another student you had. You don't even have it together enough to put the right feedback in the right boxes. So this is a little bit of a double-edged sword. I like it because of how sometimes I'm kind of struggling to be authentic or to not repeat myself when I'm describing different aspects, different categories of performance. So this subject one I don't use that much, but speaking, reading, writing, listening, behavior, this gives you good ways to talk about them, and then you can add them into the comment section below. So then what I do is I might take one or two of these sentences, or I may actually split this window with a new tab, drag it over to the edge of the screen or halfway to the halfway mark, and then make a new Chrome browser with my VIPKid feedback, and then just use this as a template to talk about some things, and then add in my original thoughts. So if I only have for whatever reason, I can only think of a couple sentences that are really unique, that really, the kid wasn't that memorable, or it's a rapid feedback session, I don't remember that much, or I didn't quite catch their name, or they gave me a Chinese name that I didn't recognize, so I can't, I'm just going off of student and he or she, and I'm looking at the playback, but I can still see that, they're doing pretty well. Then I go in here and find different ways to describe that. And I think with the feedback, you really just want to make it look something like this as far as length and composition when you combine all these things. Teachers Parents don't want to see a one-liner. They don't want to see repetition or platitudes, I guess. I don't know how well the parents are able to read some of this stuff, but judging from how they help the student in class and from their societal status, that they probably are associated with. Many of them are traveling. Many of the kids tell me they travel all over the world with the parents. So I assume many of the parents are doing business, export business with products. So let's assume that they have a little bit, even an intermediate level of English at the adult level. They should be able to read this and understand what's going on. So I give them the benefit of the doubt that giving them too much, they may skip it. They may go, whoa, I don't know what this block of text is all about. I don't know what this person's trying to tell me. But I would bet money that they do, and that they appreciate this much more than this, and that they would be able to detect comments that don't make sense, and comments that seem repetitive. He's reading great. He's speaking great. He's good at vocabulary. He did an excellent job. Those are not unique statements, and this helps you avoid that. So check out eslreports.com, and then check only positive. You can check out mostly positive and anything else if you need to provide some critical feedback, but I'm usually in only positive, and then give it a whirl and let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a great day, guys.